Let's have a look at the weekend's game, Rocket. A great game, Adelaide versus the Pies over at Amy Stadium. Had a good look at behind the goals vision. The match-up of Thomas and Dangerfield, was that Nathan's choice?
Yeah, we discussed it at match committee, and I think a few of the guys had thought about it. We're actually going to put that up, but Nathan went first with that. It was his idea, and the other was a good matchup.
Let's have a look at some of the behind the goals vision. Just the last quarter, just thought he worked like a star, Thomas. That's what I loved. You can just see here Thomas and Dangerfield, bottom left of the screen there. They're working together. Crows have got the ball, working up towards their attacking end. Thomas does the right thing, does the team thing, works off him here to get back to help. As soon as he sees there's going to be an issue, an extra number up there, he knuckles down and works all the way back. He could have stayed on Dangerfield and just done his role, you know, a personal role, but he decides he's got to go back, his team needs him, goes back and wins the ball. This was going to be a goal to the Adelaide Crows in a really tight game in the balance at this stage. You can see the separation there. Dangerfield didn't go. Now, that ball went to the other end of the ground and we saw it finish with Pendlebury's snap goal that we loved. Just again, we can see here the next clip will come up. It's the same sorts of things, just his ability to work off, centre bounce, Dangerfield one side, Thomas the other, got him in his vision. The Pies win this one, get it going their way. You just see, he doesn't gamble here, he stays with Dangerfield until he knows it's going to the Collingwood's advantage, and now he charges forward. Just here we paused it. There's Alan Didak with the ball. If he turns to his left foot, which he normally does, he's got him there all alone in the pocket. Would have been another goal, another massive play there from Thomas.
I think the thing that was pleasing there was they was prepared to work off him. I think sometimes you get an accountable role. Sometimes it's shake hands and we'll meet you after the game. And but he worked off him at stoppages. It was good body work. He won his own ball, and then his work rate. And I think that really came to the fore in the last quarter.
Some of the things you don't appreciate until you actually get to a club are players and how hard they work. And I suspect Dale Thomas is one of those. Now that you've been at Collingwood, you think the guy's just an athletic freak. His ability to run at a fatigue level when others are dropping, he can still find it.
Yeah, and I think there was a bit of criticism early in the year, and I think it was maybe a bit unwarranted. I think Nathan answered during the week that he was confident that it was going to come back, and you see the smile on Nathan's face. But I think sometimes the good players are victim of their own standards, and everyone expects them, like their standard that Dale set last year was enormous, and everyone expects it to go again. And I think it was just maybe in a holding pattern for a while.
Funny thing is, when you work hard, poor form doesn't last long, does it?
It doesn't. And he's been fantastic, and still side bottom as well, and Beams as well, and they're playing good footy on the back of their work rate.
Absolutely.
There was one more we just saw on the wing. He just charged forward off him on the wing. The behind the goal vision shows this perfectly. You can see here he's got separation on Dangerfield. Pies coming to the bottom of the screen. Dangerfield doesn't really push over to pick him up at this stage. He takes the mark, chips the ball in short and goes again. He gut runs, and he's, I reckon, had about 15 or 20 efforts at this stage, so he would have been out of fuel. Dangerfield doesn't go. He gets the overlap, pushes forward again. Pies outnumbering in the forward line there. They've worked forward knowing they got possession. And he just, it's not that he embarrassed him, but he just showed him, I think, what a couple of extra years in the system can do for you, and maybe a bit more experience. But he took him to the cleaners there.
Yeah, I think we've always spoken about as coaches, and even experts, about the midfielders got to work two ways. But it's becoming more evident. You know, the midfielders who won't spend a lot of time in the midfield if they're not prepared to work both ways. And I think Dale's there show that he's prepared to get back in defence, but he'll gut run forward as well.
Work rate for the Stars is really important, and we laud that every time we see it. But also saw some work from Tyson Goldsack I want to highlight, because he's a player a lot of people don't know a lot about, and saw 2 goals he kicked on the weekend, exactly the same sorts of fashion. We can see here he's pushed right back to help defensively. Collingwood going to the top of the screen. The Adelaide Crows look like winning the ball here. He comes in and lays a tackle. Terrific team play again. Comes forward, tries to force a turnover. Bang, does that. Has an involvement here. Doesn't wait and hang around the periphery and get an easy possession or become an extra number there. Puts his nose down and charges forward. Sprints for the best part, I reckon, of 100 metres just to be part of this chain. Pass just misses there. Bang. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Finds the ball inside 50, charges and kicks a goal. He kicked 2 goals like that in exactly the same fashion. I'm sure you guys have made a whole lot of that during the week.
Oh, for sure. That his work rate's been fantastic, especially since he's been moved up forward. His ability to put pressure on. You know, he's averaging 4 or 5 tackles a week inside forward 50, and I think he's kicked a couple of goals every week as well. So he's really added another dimension to us.
And he can take a mark, can't he? I mean, how tall is he? I mean, he looks like he's.
I always talk about the old.
Moves okay.
He's about 6'3".
Yeah, so I mean that's tall.
So he's got good height. He's got real good pace. I think he's played on the wing half back most of his career. So for him to go forward is different for him as well.
Absolutely. Great way to give a player a new lease of life. Just send him forward and have a little bit of fun.